Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
What up, Aunt?
What's up, Playboy? How you feeling this morning?
Man, feeling good, bro. Feeling good. How you?
Man, you know me, man. Another day, baby. Another day, man. Make something happen.
Okay, what up, Kenny? Got the Rev in the house early. God rising, brother. God rising, man. The
How you
Rich
feeling,
Rod
man?
Max
What's
show.
going on with you?
Good, good. Just holding it down. My girl Riri, she gonna be with us a little later. Y'all know it's around that time she get her eyes looked at. So she had the eye doctor. Once she get up out of there, she'll pop up on here with us. Other than that, man, y'all in here watching, please like, share, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, we got something to talk about today. What's going on? You in there with your robe on, man? You alright? You under the weather or something? You good?
Hell yeah, I'm good, man. You know me, man. I'm in my Maybach and off the laid back, smoking my J back. You know what I mean?
You on this wake and bake, man. What you
Yeah,
got
man.
going on, Rev? This rainy day. It's raining where we at, man. It's coming down. So a lot of people, that's out there working in the rain, man. Hopefully y'all got the right clothing on. That cold weather with that rain, man, they get you sick. You gotta be careful out there.
I want to know something, right?
Yeah, what up?
It was what do you It was something like I saw something last night. Like I'm trying to figure out, right? Do you notice that everything that's important is never talked about, and everything that's irrelevant is talked about like all the time? Like is society stuck in a, 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 a a state of ignorance and irrelevancy?
Yeah, I mean, like, what's some examples you think of? But
Like
it
like
seems like that's what get pushed the most these days.
um Look, I was watching last night. I think the senator name's Jeffries, and it's funny
Mm.
how he basically, in so many ways, said, "Man, like it's only one party, and y'all keep acting like it's more than one." Like, yeah, I mean, but no, but if like to anybody who was listening to him, if you was like listening to what he was saying, he's
Mm.
saying like, okay, we're gonna pass. We're gonna pass this judgment from side to side, side to side, side to side. People in the middle is supposed to be the people that understands. Okay, so they really not gonna play no role as to whichever side, because they really don't even. They just here. They just the middlemen. You know what I'm saying? They the ones who's gonna relay everything that we say and all that. He said, but it's still only one plan. It's just a matter of who's able to execute the plan. Democrats and Republicans, it's the same shit. It's just a matter of who's able to execute the plan. Okay, the Republicans may say, "All right, you add the XYZ community, and we can get this done." While Democrats might say, "Nah, if you take XYZ and you take this away, then we can get this done." And this is a matter of who's able to sell the lie the quickest or the best. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all it seems like. I'm like Stephen A said, how is it that y'all are having a government shutdown and
Mm.
government employees are not getting paid, but y'all ain't missing a paycheck and y'all still ain't even going to work. Y'all are missing days and weeks out of work, but y'all still getting paychecks. But what about the people that's out here doing the work themselves, the ones that's doing the footwork and all that? They not getting paid, huh? Like what the fuck? How the fuck can you fund the government and then the government says, hey, you know something? Oh, we don't have enough of y'all money, so we're gonna shut this bitch down until we can find a way to get some more y'all. That's like, oh my god.
That's how you gotta play the game. You gotta keep the people enticed, man. You gotta
Yeah,
keep them worried. You gotta keep them picking a side. Everybody don't like blue. So that's why
no,
you
it's
make red. That's why you make green. You don't just make one color or something because everybody got different opinions and they know as long as you keep people divided, they ain't gonna never know what's going on. So they close it down. This ain't the first time they do it.
no, you know what it is?
That's what they
It's
do.
it's. I tell you something funny. Let's look at some of these fairy tales because this is definitely Fiddler on the Roof. We're definitely living in a Fiddler on the Roof times where
But
certain people
that's
can blow, yeah, people can blow certain horns and people gonna follow. People gonna follow. Whether the horn is right or wrong, people are gonna follow. And a lot of times it's not even a lot of people don't
not at
make
all.
decisions upon how they feel about shit. They make decisions upon how the next person feels.
Yeah. What up, Destiny? Go ahead, send it over. Or you popping on? Destiny was saying, that's not what the shutdown was about. Nope, they was determined where that
No,
money was going. I've invested so many hours in knowing what's going on, y'all. I know you love that shit. Maureen, I just got here, but I want to be here present a video. With a video? You coming on or you sending it over to me on Facebook, Destiny? Let me know. We'll share, talk about it a little bit. I'm just letting people know now. I'm not into politics, but I do talk about it. If y'all want to talk about it, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. But if people want to talk about Christianity, we can talk about it. Want to talk about Muslim faith, we can talk about it. I don't shut down no conversation. I don't knock nobody beliefs, or what they into. I just want to have an understanding why they do what they do, or why you voted Democrat or why you vote Republic. I don't know what's going on half the time with these people. I just know they, in my opinion, I think they lying to both sides. I don't think it's a blue or red party. I just think they just play them roles to keep people divided and people go with it. And then at the end of the day, they always pass laws we don't like. Let me make sure I send you the link. So I be careful with that. I hear a lot of people say, "Yeah, we don't talk politics or religion in my house." And as I got older, now I understand it. Because a lot of people that most talk politics the most don't know nothing about it. Or they don't really look into it. So when you got somebody who does know at least a little bit about it, somebody who don't, they get to arguing because one person is going off belief. They not going off of knowledge. They just going off this my party, this one root, and I just hate the other party. And I mean it ain't got no knowledge at all. It just means that they mostly just find anything the opposite party doing that's bad. And that's what they hold on to. And they ignore the things that they party that's doing is bad. And when people bring it to their light, they say it ain't true. But what about your president? Like your president, that's our president, ain't it? Like once he come president, he only president to a certain party. I be lost. I be mind boggled about that. Let me know when you get it, Destiny.
Oh
I don't
no, but
see it.
I wasn't saying that because because I want to talk about politics because like you said, politics and religion they honestly go hand in hand, and it's honestly a way of division because religion and politics you're always going to have a debate. You're right. It's always going to be a debate, and it's always going to be an aggressive debate. Like nobody's point is ever going to get across. Nobody. I mean, we can sit here and remember I said, some people just hear the conversation. We'll be back and forth hearing each other, but as far as listening, it's gonna be a problem because the average person, when you're talking about one party or the other, is gonna say something that the average other person is not gonna like. I'm saying.
Yeah, I always remember the person I'm talking to is human first. Before they're a police officer, before they're a Christian, a Muslim, all that, they human first. So a lot of people forget that and they get in these crazy debates and hatred. Like, nah, we both just having a conversation. That's about it. Let's not go too far with it. Who we got popping up in here? Who that? Who that? I think that's my girl Destiny. What up, Des?
Hello.
You know the
Wake up with
screen
the
gotta be
sun in a
lit.
steaming cup. Tune into the show
This
where the
joint
vibes
clock
heat
lit.
up.
I
The
played the
morning
music like
Mac
10
got the
seconds ago. That screen job, man. They gotta get better. It's all right. It's gonna get better on here. What up, Destiny? You got something you want to add?
Oh,
Video you wanted us to share?
well, there is a lot to touch down on if you want to go over politics these days, but there's a crucial like current event that's going on
Mm-hmm.
where they're going over where so it was a I have the whole this and that back there, but the direct thing at the moment is Pete Hegseth, which is our I don't know, defense leader. He's the big guy in defense, right? I don't know the full terms. I just know what's important. And he ordered a bunch of ships to be destroyed, like bombs dropped on them by drones,
Yeah.
for the reason that, oh, they got drugs on them.
Yeah.
But like, how did you prove that? How do you know? But after one of the bombs dropped and one of the ships, there was a moment where two individuals were swimming, like trying to hold on to debris and try to live through it. And Pete Hegseth ordered killed them all, was the quote, and ordered another bomb to be dropped, which wiped out the last survivors. Which, were this a war situation, the proper thing to do is to send out troops, grab the individuals, take them in, give them, well, like, get them to survive, take them in as like prisoners of war if necessary. Like, there are different things to do about it, but killing them is not legal. And that is amongst the things that were brought up by a shit ton of Democrats in that video where they were like, hey, you're in the military, right? I was in the military. You have the right to decline illegal orders. You must decline illegal orders. And they didn't really go into direct detail, but like, it's like, if you do the illegal, you're part of it, man. You're part of it. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. Oh, he ordered me to do it. You did it.
Yeah, I don't know how that stuff works. I just know I always seen movies and they say, we giving you order to shut down your ship. If you don't follow these orders, we have orders to shoot down. You have this amount of time and they don't respond, they will shoot it down. And I remember on Batman when the Joker tricked them into doing that and they end up not pulling the trigger. And I done seen airlines, like when you fly in the wrong territory, they will ride up on you and they say, hey, you got a sec. They turn around. If not, we will have to shoot you out the sky. So I don't know. I just always thought that is the case. So if cartels or somebody riding over and they telling you to stop and they blow them up, I'm not too shocked about it. And I don't really care too much about them getting blown up trying to sneak girls into the country. Like you got
they were in their own waters.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but I just know these people don't play fair on both sides, you know. So I can't have sympathy for the killers who got killed by the other killers. You know, that's how I look at it. It's two bad people going there, and I got to pick a side. Like, nah, I don't know. That's tough though.
Within 2 weeks.
You brought up.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that was a good point you brought up because we have to sit back and we got to try and see it as a whole now, and we got to try and figure out where all this started and why it started. You know what I'm saying now, you beefing with Venezuela for whatever reasons. Of course, we already know what it is. It's resources. It's resources and the fact that America wants to turn all these different countries into these little 15-minute cities and all that.
They've also got a little baby dictator that to Trump ain't worth shit. Trump wants to bully that baby dictator that took over recently.
Right, but see, you got to understand one thing, and that is, Trump wouldn't be in office if so much chaos didn't happen before the election. You know what I'm saying? Trump was put in office because they, like I said, once again, the same agenda. It's just different players each 4 years to pull off this particular agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, Trump, like with COVID, it's kind of funny that all these little situations happen, you know, like with Trump and Biden or Democrats and all and the Republicans. All this has happened once Trump decided, okay, I'm a businessman and I want to be president now. You know what I'm saying? Which real now, like I said, you gotta look at what's really going on. And what's really going on is the United States is bullies. And I keep on saying that. We are bullies because we got all these bases across all these different countries and we don't do nothing but go in and take their resources, don't give them shit, and then funnel the money to all these obligations. Because ain't none of that shit coming back to the United States. Ain't none of that shit, ain't none of the taxes that we pay. Oh, you give me some of my money back throughout the year that I didn't work the whole year. You give me some of my money back. And now they talking about they don't want the IRS is no tax. Man, miss me with that goofy shit. All that shit is goofy. You know what I'm saying? And only people who believe in this fairy tale is the people that's sitting back hoping and wishing on a star. Because ain't neither a Democrat nor Republican nor anybody in that motherfucking Senate giving a fuck about us. They are on another fucking level. It's keep the rich rich and keep the poor poor. Keep the rich rich and keep the poor poor.
How
It's
you
kind of
feel,
crazy.
Dusty?
They raise up
They
taxes. No, check this out. They raise the money up that you making, but then they raise up the cost of living twice that. Let's make like this is modern day slavery. We work on an 8 hour, 8 to 12 to 16 hour clock daily. For what? You work all your life till you turn damn near 60, then you lay in a bed somewhere with your kids around you and die. And the hopes and prayers and dreams that all these Republicans, Democrats, or whoever have given you, ain't none of them came to fruition. None of them. Our whole life is about a bunch of motherfuckers that we deem as government telling us what we should do. And at the end of the day, we ain't doing nothing but destroying our lives listening to these motherfuckers. That's all the fuck we doing. Because some, like you said, you have your believers, you have your non-believers. Either way you look at it, you believe in something. You believe in something. But guess what? Everything comes with a price. I can't have low medical costs without having high drug costs. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be like I say. It's a what's it? There's a pro and a con to all. It's a pro and a con to all this shit. And guess what? At the end of the day, we ain't gaining nothing. We're not gaining nothing. But words. That's it. Now, you may disagree, but it is what it is. We all.
what's
That's
your
just my
thoughts,
opinion.
Destiny? You had something
It's
you
my
wanted to
opinion.
add.
That's all. That is my opinion.
What's your thoughts, Destiny?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Gonna get her time to put her thoughts on it, because I be wondering, what people, thoughts on the government and politics. And before I got to where I was at, I believed in the Democratic Party. I believed that they was for change. I believe they was for good. I believe everything that most people believe in their government now that's just really getting into it, and some people still in it. They blind to a lot of the things that they did because they make sure that they keep a good face. They smile, they promote the good things they did, and they don't mention about the bombings that Obama had. He set off more bombs than any president on all types of innocent people, but they don't mention it and they act like it never happened. I just mention it when both parties does it. I just letting them know like I don't care which one in office. It's just who playing the role right now. If you working at Wendy's, it don't matter if your manager they fired him, the next manager get the job. He's gonna have the same job as the previous one. But if he's not doing the job correctly like they want, they will fire him and put somebody else in his place. But we look at it differently. Though. I wonder what Destiny thoughts on the politics and what we were just talking about though, because she be into it. Destiny, she be into it more than anybody I know. She dig deep.
Yeah, no, and like honestly, the way that y'all hyped me up originally kind of just kept me at it. So like I'm still doing that shit. I still invest way too much time in all of it, and there were so many notes to just ping off of on there. But one that I'll start with is at one point you said nobody cares about us, and what sucks is that the fact is there are individuals that have shown absolute desire to help lower class individuals while Trump's policies continuously fucking stomp on them. And none of them are on the Republican side. The Republican side is silent. They're even told not to go to meetings in their own town halls because their people are so pissed off at them. So Democrats are trying to they're doing different things to make a stand. At one point, all of them wore pink. It's a silent protest. It was cute. It was something. And then they started getting a little more loud with it. And Hakeem Jeffries, he gave the longest speech in history. It was like 8 hours and something, I believe. And he just stood up there. He claimed this magic minute or something that the Senate has, and he took over. But it was good. It was about the lower class individual and standing with them and what this big beautiful bill would have done to them, and it was silenced. It was not shown
Yeah.
anywhere. Every time somebody has shown support for the American people, it has been because the things that Trump wants to do is hurting them, and he wants to drown that
Yeah.
out. So it does not make the news like it should. You think
So the
that
news,
because you're not allowed to see the good shit.
yeah, that's tough because Trump don't own the news. The Democrat Party do. So that's the thing. The Democrat Party playing their part. They pushing Trump as the evil guy, which he can be the evil guy. He playing the villain right now. This is his role, and they portraying themselves as the good people. Look what Trump doing. Look what they doing. Look what the Republican Party doing. Show us
Literally,
everything. They
look
control
what
the
Trump is
media.
doing.
That's why they can go in there and laugh about Trump, and Trump got to sue the news company. Why you got to sue something that you got control of? Why they go? Why you allow them to talk bad about you? That's how I
Well,
know.
he
The news
only
push
sues the
media.
ones that he doesn't have control over. He has control over a lot of fucking media. There is a lot that
That's
he
the
is
thing.
not doing. Keep
We
in
gotta
mind.
follow. You gotta follow the money. It's only about 2, 3 families that own all the networks we watch. It ain't no like Fox not with four and four not all of them together. It's one big umbrella. Trump ain't no. That's why he had to go on Joe Rogan because and Kamala didn't have to because she got the media and he had to get online media. He had to use the online presence, which is cool. I think they just finding a way to get into both systems. They using Trump as a weapon, and Trump used them as a weapon. They playing this good cop, bad cop. It just like was life good before Trump got into office? When Biden was just in office, was people not complaining about how life was? Was
Oh,
food
I've
affordable?
got
But
a whole
Trump made
conspiracy
things
theory
worse.
on that one.
You know,
I've
Trump
got a
made things
whole
worse.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, conspiracy. Trump made everything worse in most people's eyes. Things been bad. They just trying to blame it on somebody, and then when they get back in office, everybody would cheer them more because they just so happy the devil's out the office. But whole time you let the devil out, and you just let a bigger devil in. It's just like we just keep acting like these other presidents didn't deport more immigrants than Trump. Trump still ain't get nowhere near Obama. He probably not even at half of the people that he deported. So I'm just saying that these people doing the same thing. They just doing it in a different way. That's like somebody telling you, shut the fuck up. And then somebody can you just please be quiet? Oh, he said, can you please be quiet? So they both telling you to mute yourself. And that's all it is. Trump verbally saying these things and people get mad and it's cool. At least we know. These people will go ahead and put on a smile and lie about it and we won't know about it till later on. And then they got to apologize about it, Bill Clinton and everybody. So I just think they all working together. They playing that good cop, bad cop, like you getting investigated. They trying to get something out of you, and they getting it out of the people because they getting people divided. Oh, you voted for Trump, or you voted for Biden, or you don't know what Trump. And they all do a little good, so they party can push that good. It don't matter. You think Trump ain't do no good at all? Yeah, he did plenty of good things out here. But he doing a lot of other shit that fuck shit up. And that's what they do. The Democrats, yeah, they did plenty of good out here. But they did a lot of bad things too to fuck shit up. And that's what they do. And they push the good things that they did to get people to stay on their side. But the people on the opposite side gonna push the bad things you did. And what people should do is open their eyes to both parties. Just because you're a Democrat don't mean you should ignore the bad things that they did. When you hear a Republican telling you this why I don't like this party, take that in. And it's vice versa for the other party. But we just getting this debate like I gotta support my party. So no matter what you say about Joe Biden, I'm gonna find something just to say bad about Trump and saying like, damn, I didn't know Biden did those things. Let me tell you what Trump did. And then we both like, damn, we both now we know both of them a piece of shit. But they never get to that because they don't want to hear each other out. They just getting this debate on saying your president is worse than my president and not understand they both piece of shit. You know, that's how I look at it. What up, Cal? Say time to
I I
time to
want I wanted to
overthrow the
say
government.
I want to say like this, right? See, this is the biggest one of the biggest problems that America has in a whole, and that is we don't we listen to what we're told and not what we sit back and read.
I got the link.
A lot of these bills that these Republicans and these Democrats be arguing over be the kickbacks. They argue over the kickbacks. You know what I'm saying? They argue over who should get this money, what program should get this money, and what program should get that money. Like I said, it's more about the overspending that you hear when they talking about these bills not getting passed and all that. It's because you have so many senators that may disagree with you sending $3 billion to Idaho and you sending 150,000 to Washington D.C. No, why are you sending so much money? So that a whole lot of arguments be just the bills be for you supporting certain things. That's all it is about. It's just you supporting certain organizations. We sit
Follow
back, yeah.
money.
You sit back and yeah. If you sit back and watch the Senate meetings, and I do that. You know me, man. I'm on this law shit, but I do it on a regular basis. It's all about nobody fucking taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody answer no fucking questions to the sentence. They don't answer questions. They find ways to like I said, it's a big fucking show. And it's for the working class. It's a show for the working class. You know what I'm saying? The non-working class, the ones that pray, get on their hands and knees and all, that's what the religion is for. Like I said, they basically work hand in hand if you really look at it because they both work towards division. They both work towards division. It doesn't make a
I'll be
difference
right back.
who it doesn't make a difference who you support. If what you're interested in and that individual is trying to get that done, okay, I can understand that. But don't, like I said, and I think I said this earlier, don't don't like something because somebody else likes it. Oh, that's my friend. So my friend likes Trump and I'm gonna like Trump. No, okay, so what about Trump? What is it about Trump that you like? And the average person can't tell you what they like about Trump or Biden. The average person cannot tell you nothing about none of these senators. The average person can't tell you nothing about none of these bills. So you have a whole lot of basic gossip going back and forth about what individuals hear. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you want to like the real way to really learn about the Senate and all that, and then and I promise you, it only take I give you two Senate hearings. If you watch two Senate hearings from the beginning to the end, I promise you, you might not want to never watch that shit again in life. That's how mad you're going to be because you'll sit back for a whole 2-3 hours watching, listen to all the questions, and the only ones who deem the answers is the quote unquote whistleblowers. You know what I'm saying? And then they always tell you, "Oh well, we can have that discussion behind closed doors." What the fuck? I just don't like I said. It's a big ass game, and if you believe anything that's from either side. If you believe anything from either side, then like I said, that is what that is what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But me myself, like I said, I believe in what I see done. And I see evolution as far as, the city being built up and all this. But all these so-called jobs everywhere, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Um uh I still see like a majority of Hispanic people do on all construction sites. Let me see. I ain't like I said, different timeline, same problem, same arguments, same gripes, same spilt milk. It ain't nothing changed, and like I said, until we can wake up as a people, like I said, and realize that we don't work for them. They work for us. We pay them. They're not paying us. You know what I'm saying? And we supposed to tell them what the fuck to do. Like I said,
Got the
it's
flavor,
like
got
this.
the glow. Started right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today, man?
Where the time don't
What's up,
lie.
yo? How you feeling this
How
morning?
you, man?
Chilling. I had some time. I was like, let me come in and hang out with y'all for a little bit. Y'all talking about politics. I ain't really got much to say about it, but
That's
I come hang out. That's Uncle E already on 10. What's up, Destiny?
I
I saw
seen
you and your
Destiny.
wife did a podcast earlier or yesterday, something.
Yeah, it was another podcast. I just replayed it. It was one we got invited, but it was on my platform because they had issues with their platform. But You know, it's just you know, hey,
The
they
couple,
asked
Well,
us to
y'all
do it,
keep
we did it.
editing.
the couples podcast. Oh, we got somebody just popped up in here with us.
Funniest man alive.
And he done got him right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the funniest man in the world. Funny man.
What
You
up,
got a
Man,
long
I ain't
intro
trying.
song.
Not
Man,
trying to
I
start
was
nothing. Not
I
trying
was
to start
feeling
nothing, but
yes.
yeah. Marley, can I hear my intro? Damn, I mean that was
Yeah,
cool. That was a cool intro he got. Can I hear my? I just heard 2 intros. Can I hear my intro?
Hey, that was
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their houses ain't.
I got
There we
you.
go.
You know, I never leave you out, man.
I
Leave you out, man.
thank you.
What
That
up?
song
What
was
up?
torch. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we can.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
careful what I ask for next
I
time.
like
Okay?
it.
Ethan, I like it. You might got to switch it up, man. We got to get away from politics, man.
Now I was looking at Destiny over there. Bring back Shaquan. I like it.
Quan. Now we got
I
one though.
like it.
He said, I'm gonna share this one. This lady was talking about some narcissist mothers out here. And I heard some women speak on this before, at least Destiny on here. You can hear her opinion on this. Is there any truth to this? And then we
Everybody
have
stop talking.
huh? You can't hear out? Yeah,
You
your
still
shit.
listening to the Addams Family?
For real? So you can hear.
He can hear now. He heard that.
You share this clip,
yeah.
man.
No, but as I say, I'm just stating my opinion.
Some of the times when you have a narcissistic mother, their goal and objective is that your life becomes worse than what they had, or it becomes identical of what they lived. What do I mean by that? You have a baby and don't make it. You become a survival mode parent. That was my pain. Nobody was here for me. So I'm going to bring discord in your life. And some of the time when you have a narcissistic mother, their goal and objective is that your life becomes worse than what they had, or it becomes identical of what they lived. What do I mean by that? You have a baby and don't make it. You become a survival mode parent. That was my pain. Nobody was here for me. So I'm going to bring discord in your life. And some.
Okay.
One moment.
One moment. Get out the room, Ma. I gotta answer this truth. Hey,
she yelling at her daughter saying, "You ain't gonna be shit."
Yeah, I mean, I heard girls say that before, but I wanted like this a real thing. I wouldn't say narcissist fathers, but I done seen, males, some of my buddies push their kids in certain sports that they played a little hard, than they should have, but I don't really find nothing wrong with that, as long as your kid, try to holler. But I did seen that, like, sometimes but I look at it, they want them to make it. They want them to succeed farther, than they actually made it at that sport. But for a mom to actually don't want her child to actually do better than her, or she struggle with a child, seem like she want her to struggle with a child. I'm just like, damn, that's a thing. That's crazy. I just wanted to know how Destiny felt, and I thought Reese would be on here and Wheezy, but this good enough.
It took defining something. So I had to define narcissism to develop an actual thesis to it or whatever. So the definition of narcissism involved projecting oneself. So with that in mind, that makes sense, complete sense. Because if you yourself view yourself as I ain't shit, and you're narcissistic, you're gonna make people that you admire in some way or another also feel like shit because they are just like you. Sorry, that's the whole thing.
Nah, that makes
Oh,
sense.
child.
I thought about that poor dad, like rich dad.
Yeah, I didn't have a narcissistic mom. I'm not a narcissistic mom, so I don't have personal experience with it. But the projection of oneself, yeah, that's solid stuff right there.
You hit it on the
Yeah,
moon.
yeah. I've never experienced it either personally. I don't know any moms that I can think of off of my head that would be in that category. I guess that would be like the movie Precious type mom. Or there are moms that don't protect their children and put them in the same circle as they struggled with, or whatever the case may be. I never looked at it as narcissism, not as a narcissistic mom, but I've seen where just some people should not be parents. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen that where they just have the mindset of still a child, and it was way too early for them to be a parent, and they still have that whole mindset of like a child, like, oh, that if somebody say something to you, you better punch them in the face, and if you don't punch them in the face when you come home, I'm going to punch you in the face, and all this and blah blah blah, and just even in me, and even for me, like I had to talk to my niece about just how she talks to her children in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sending your kids out in the morning in chaos. Like, how can their day get better when you're just yelling at them the entire time since they wake up and get to school? And I was like, you just gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you to start this day. You're the first person that your child sees. Why do you have to start it off yelling? Like, and it took me to learn that too. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I definitely had to learn also as a parent, because I was the dad, like, get up, you're late, blah, blah, blah. And I learned later that, for me, I just realized that it was really starting my kids off in chaos. And I got a way better result with my kids when I did not start them off in that chaos. So, I don't know as far as what this lady's talking about, but I mean, I do think there's things in parents that we learn through our parenting skills, and where we become, better, and things that used to, my parents woke me up yelling. You know what I'm saying? So then I think I need to wake my kids up yelling, but I think it's up to us as parents, and as we grow and get smarter, to do better than the people before us. So that's what
I agree completely.
I gotta flex on my mom, whom I think a couple individuals here would crush on. So including Funny Man, I think he tried to shoot, but my mother, yeah.
He said, call him stepdad.
No.
Stepdad Funny Man Green.
That's the full name. Good morning, stepdad Funny Man Green. How you feeling, stepdad the Funny Man Green? That's a tongue twister. But my mother would wake us up with fun, lively music. So that was she'd play the TV loud as shit first thing in the morning with MTV or School of Rock, the last song. She would fast forward on the thingy. It was pretty cool. So it's like a $50 investment, but I have a smart speaker where first thing in the morning, I'll tell her to play some lively music to help my daughter get up. Help me get up too.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's mindset, how you feel about it. I just think that most parents, if they mindset think that they couldn't do it, they gonna just try to get you to not even waste your time, because in their head it's not possible. What's your thoughts on what she said in the clip,
And I believe what she said in the clip to be 1,000,000,000% true.
Mhm.
I'm around a lot of families where the mother does talk to the daughter spiteful. The mother does put the daughter down. The mother does use her pain and heartache as a tool to discourage these younger women. Oh, it's always this is not going to work because my friend blah blah blah. It's like and the only thing that's different is the traumas and the stories and sometimes how far a mother and daughter will go as far as insulting each other and damn near fighting each other. Like I've never seen in all my years alive the lack of respect for mothers and daughters that's going on so prevalent today. You know what I'm saying it's like this. When I was young, and I think I told everybody, no, I didn't agree with the particular love that my mother was giving me when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, now that I'm an older man, I'm appreciative because no, my mother didn't show me that sensitive, passive, everything's gonna be all right. No, my mother didn't give me that. My mother gave me the life is gonna be rough. Life is gonna be rough. See, either you can act like a fucking little girl and lay your ass down and cry about and all that, get the fuck up, be a man, do what the hell you gotta do, then make sure that your life goes the way you want it to go. But as I said, it took me damn near 40 years for me to have to get into my mother's mindset as to why she gave me the love she gave me. She gave me survival love in this hard, cruel, fucked up world. That's the love she gave me. I just didn't understand. I thought it was abuse. I thought it was neglect. I gave it every word up under God's green sun. I mean, God's green earth that you can think of when it comes to reasons why I felt like my mother didn't love me. But then I had to sit back and say, damn, she never talked down to me. She always told me that I have to do this and I have to do that to make shit right in my life. She never said, "Oh, you did this, you're wrong." No, you made no. I don't know. Her words verbatim. I don't know what the fuck is going on in your stupid ass brain, but you need to tighten the fuck up. And the way that y'all woke up in the morning, my mother walked through. Hey, get your ass up. She walked back through. You want to feel that switch. Yeah, that switch is going to hit your leg, hit your ass. It's going to hit somewhere on you. You up, you in the bath. Everything moves faster. Once you get hit with that switch, everything moves faster. Breakfast moves faster. The school moves faster. Everything is better, like I said. But that is what's going on. Like I said, you have these women that's having babies that's hurt, and that hurt goes on for years, and many more years. And when they had that child, that's passed down. That hurt is passed down. That degrading is passing down. You'll never know the relationship your mother and your grandmother had, but guess what? 9 times out of 10, it's the same relationship that you and your mothers have.
Get passed down. What's your thoughts, funny man Grant? FMG himself.
I mean, like Rodney different one said, you know, I can't really think of anybody who was, who acted that way or whatever. I mean, I had experience with my stepfather, but that's because, I wasn't his or whatever, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, I agree with what everybody's saying though, you know what I mean? Sometimes, some a lot of women are have that jealous trait or whatever like that. No, so some of them don't want their daughter or whatever to achieve better than what they are.
That's right. That makes sense. That's tough though, man. That's your child. You should want them to do better. And I think wording these days is different. I think that like even when I was growing up, I can't imagine how y'all grandmothers them taught y'all, but they cussed at us and all of that. And these days you can't talk to these kids like that. They getting their feelings fast, and it just seems like
Yeah.
you gotta find a way to get that message across. Same way, but just different wording. And I think sometimes that'll work. And some of these parents, I think, because I done experienced when I first started making sea moss, and man, I done did everything. I done made weed edibles, all that. My mother was like, boy, you wasted your time. You swear you're a chemist. And I just be laughing like, nah, ma, I can really do this and do that. I just tell her I want to travel and do this. And she's like, boy, you's a dreamer. And then when I started doing it, it started like, oh, like, nah, keep it up, And then she let me know, I ain't think you can actually pull these things off, but you actually doing it. And I'm happy to see it. She let me know I didn't believe in it, but you proved me wrong, So I wish that parents at least say that, at least don't just shut it down, because
Yeah.
most times you believe anything your parents tell you. They tell you when you're young, don't touch the stove, it's hot. You touch, you like, oh shit, they not lying. So from there on out, anything else, like your parents always got your back, your best interest. So when they tell you don't hang out with these friends and this and that, you most times take their advice, So it's like, when you not gonna take their advice as a kid, if she telling you that it's dumb to do this, it's dumb to do that, this would mess my life up. I had a kid at 13. That's why I'm where I'm at now, and I did this at this age and this age. So that's what you had to
I
add.
was a rebellious little shit.
You was probably bad. That's probably
Yeah,
bad.
my mom would be like, "Hey, you do this and this will happen." I was like, "Nuh-uh," and I went and did it and was like, "You right, you right."
You gotta learn. That's
I had to
tough.
learn everything the hard way.
That's tough. Let me see what else my girl Riri might got up in here for
Well,
us.
I think
Unc
I
got
see
his
a hand
hand up.
raised.
What you had to add, huh?
Huh?
You
Oh,
said you want to ask something?
No, that was Rodney. That was a beast.
I don't got my hand up. Unc had his hand up.
Yeah, you got
Oh,
that.
hey, believe
It's
it or
high, he
not,
must have got.
believe it or not, I was sitting over here trying to do some magic and shit. Yeah,
What you trying to do? Make Destiny fall? What you doing? You
I raised
cast
my hand up.
spell?
No, I raised my hand up and the plastic on the table fell. So I thought it was me. So I tried to do it again.
The force is strong with this
This
one.
man, Uncle E, is high as hell, son.
Yeah, boy,
I don't know what he's smoking, but it's got to be good, whatever it is.
Straight
that's that
gas, but
early
no.
morning. He
Yeah,
said,
he over there trying to do magic.
Oh man.
Ah,
yeah,
Yeah,
you,
Oh
he
no,
was
no,
he
but
over
no,
there.
no, what
Hey
down?
Molly,
getting
he
in
was
the
over
yoga
there
class.
alakazam, he was like alakazam.
I was looking like
I
he all
just
right.
no, because no, I
no,
know
the
I'm
force
tripping
is
because I
strong
can
with this
feel the
one.
air zone, so the air blew it. So I'm just sitting there tripping. Yeah.
You do that whenever you go to Walmart too. Just wave your hand when the door opens.
Alakazam.
Nah. Hey, what I was gonna say is,
would
eh,
have stopped
Bibbity
right.
bobbity boo.
if you're not, I'm gonna tell you something. If you're not around if you're not around individuals who have somewhat of mental disorder, because that is a mental disorder. You know what I'm saying? You're really not gonna be able like to know who it is and who it's not. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a mental disorder, and the average female that really goes through stuff like that is the ones that have been traumatized. They find themselves in shelters and all that. The ones who like find this, be in a very depressive state on a daily basis. Your
What's up,
average,
Kyle?
your average mother of now, of these days, they unless they off, like I said, unless they off some type of drugs or they're going through some mental problem, the mental capacity problems, you really not gonna see that. It's usually like I said, and I'm not basing this on facts or anything, but I'm basing this on majority of the people that like I deal with on day-to-day basis. This is my observation of the ones that's on drugs. They talk the way that they talk and treat their family. It's and it's never I love you. It's every other word come out their mouth is bitch. The house is dirt. The whole house is messed up, but it ain't nobody's fault but the baby. 9 kids in here. The oldest ones ain't cleaning nothing up. They good with the house being filthy, the baby. Y'all know what's going on. But those are the individuals that really be going through it and really don't see no type of light at the end of the tunnel because they don't see no tunnel. So it's a door, and they try everything they can to discourage their youngest not to go through that door. Oh, girl, you filing for that job. You ain't gonna get that goddamn job. You just waste your goddamn time. I mean, like I said, some
Yeah, but we're
people don't,
discouraged for our
even
own
though a
failures.
mother has, yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, like I said, failures, discourage, like we can use so many words as to somebody, a mother, not wanting her child to evolve and escalate more than her. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Yeah.
I think that's a mental disorder. That's a mental disorder. And I don't think that I don't even think I don't even think a third of the population goes through that. But I may be underestimating that by large because like I said, women and men handle things very differently. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying a man doesn't act the same way because a man going through some shit, he's just not gonna go, he'll just disappear on you. You'll be like, what the fuck happened to Joe Blow, man? I ain't seen Joe Blow in 3 years. Yeah, he down Minnesota Avenue, man. Yeah. He right there sleep by the mailbox. He been sleeping there for like 2.5 years. So I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's all on mental health. All that shit still derives around mental health and the fact that everybody is walking around here hurt and scorned and don't nobody got no problems. Don't nobody got no goddamn problems. Everybody in beautiful relationships, everything, all the bills are paid. But for real, as a whole, we all got some shit that's going on that we struggling with. And, it's, hey, I'm gonna deal with it this way. She gonna deal with it that way.
Oh, you be dragging too long, man. You
My bad.
gotta keep it short. But Destiny, I was trying to get to a question, and you went so long, almost. I think I just forgot the question. But
My
oh, it
bad.
was basically advice and telling your child what to do. At what age you think we got to get out of that? Just giving our kids advice or telling them what to do? Because I know at a certain age you just tell your kid what to do, but when they get to mostly teenage years or adult years, I think it's best to just give your kid advice and tell them this what you should do and just let them, live and learn. They might come back to you and say your advice was right. I should have listened. But at what age you think you should start giving your child that
But
that okay?
pretty much right away. Like if you're conversing with them on what to do and what not to do, then they're more likely to understand why not to do something or to do something if you just clear that up with them. You can start at any bit if you are able to communicate. Look, from my experience, should you choose to do this, this is the most likely outcome. My recommendation is to do this. And then they hear why you're saying what you're saying, and they're like, man, they've already been through it. This is my choice to either do that shit or go through this. Remember there was an episode where I said at one point my 8-year-old looked at me and said adults should understand the consequences of their actions. It's because I've been telling her whole life that should you choose to do something wrong, there shall be a consequence, and the consequence can either be me spanking you, which I wasn't like a spank, I was a pop the fire out of the handy parent, but that one popped the fire. It was, and but it was just enough to get it through that this is how you need to behave. Now, I wasn't my sister was like, you could break their hand. I wasn't popping that fire, goddamn. But
Dad, damn.
Yeah, no,
Hot
you
fire.
communicate with them. If you let them know this is the most likely outcome due to my experiences,
Yeah,
that at least gives them one look into the future.
Yeah, child said giving kids advice start from day one, in my
There you
opinion.
go.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We should always give them advice. What I'm saying is telling them what to do as well. At what point do we just give them advice? At what age that we let them make their decisions on their own? Like if he say, "I want to eat ice cream for dinner," you gonna tell them, "No, you can't do that." Or she, "No, you can't do that." Definitely, you 4 years old. Like you're not eating no more ice cream, even if you want more. You're not gonna say, "I'm gonna let you make the decision." And then when your stomach hurt and you hurt, you like, see, this what I was telling you. Not It's like some things you just ain't gonna let your kid decide. I don't want to go to school today. Like, no, you got to go to school. You can't just sit back and not go when you want. Some parents may allow their kid, but after a while, you're not gonna allow them to do it too many days. So I'm saying, what age do we not just give them our advice, but also not tell them what to do? At what age we let them start to make their decisions on their own? Go ahead, Beast. Beast should know this
My philosophy is 16 to 23. So
Okay.
I've always had the 16 to 23 is when you stop commanding them to do things. You know what I'm saying? Like before all the way up until about age 16 is where your kid can, to me, 16 is where they can start doing things without you finding out about it. You know what I'm saying? Like majority of the time before 16, you're going to catch them. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you start giving them the advice from day one. And but you also have to let your child experience some things. Like you can't just keep on telling, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. Every once in a while, you gotta let them go ahead and find out. Especially if you there to protect them from anything major happening to them. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, people always say the stove is hot. That whole stove is hot thing. You know what I'm saying? You tell them, hey, the stove's hot. Well, okay, after you told them stove's hot and they still fucking around on the stove, then you gotta go, all right, well, let them find out what's the worst thing gonna happen. They're gonna get burnt and they're gonna figure out that the stove is hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes you have to figure out the good the good equilibrium or the balance between the two. So you let them. Sometimes you got to let them touch the stove, but eventually, if you let them touch the stove or not, next time when you tell them the stove is hot, they ain't got to prove it. They already know. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just my philosophy. But 16 to 23 is when I tell my children I'm done. I'm not commanding you anymore. Because 16 to 23 is when you're going to make decisions that will that will follow you for the rest of your life. So now you got to decide what kind of life you want to live. Because at this age, I can't do shit about that. You know what I'm saying? If your ass go out and commit a crime, you going to jail. I can't do nothing about that. I can tell you not to do the crime. But 16 to 23, I always tell my children that this is the point of your life where I want you to feel comfortable enough to come to me when problems do happen, because they will happen. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna interject. You're definitely talking about the dumb age, which I do believe in. The age where you're allowed to do stupid shit. But like, it just cracks me up hearing you say that, because it's like, as soon as you turn 24, though, I'm commanding your ass again.
Nah, when you turn 24, I ain't even calling you no more.
23, he said he's going up, huh? Daddy said you said at 23. What happens at 24?
24, hopefully I'm done enough that you don't even need me.
More. He didn't give you no opinion. You on your own after that, buddy. You grown. I got grandkids now. I give that to them. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, but hopefully by 24, you got it under control. Like you're on a path where you know where you're going. You know what I'm saying?
Child say he say 21 and up. What about you, Uncle E? What's
Little man gonna do what I tell him to do for the rest of his goddamn life. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
He be that king that got sliced by the sun to take over the throne.
Yeah, hell no. No. Little man does not get a chance to make his own decisions. Hell no.
He's scared of that day. He might grow up out. He gonna mature, Uncle, eventually, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's too mature to the point that you doing the dumb shit that 18, 19, and 20-year-olds doing, and you 14 years old, dog. So that shit becomes a whole lot scarier to me than a whole lot of other parents, because like he's in the house, but when he goes to school, it's some, like you said, you don't. He's at the age that when he can get the fuck out the house, he's gone. Pew, and he knows how to cut the phone off. Man, like, that's why I said you can't. I done tried to tell him, give him advice. Hey, I think if you do it like this, and that shit don't work. That nigga look at me, laugh, and do what the fuck he want to do. So when I come with no, do this, or I'm gonna fuck you up, it gets done with no problems.
Okay, you're getting bigger and bigger. You
That
getting
boy,
older
that
and
boy.
older. There's gonna come a point you ain't gonna be able to fuck him up no more. He gonna be
Who
doing
said
the
that?
fucking up.
Who said that? I'm still
That's
working
your
out every
son,
day.
ain't you? Don't you? Then you breed another you. Remember
Yeah,
you in your
and
30s and 40s, you ripped up now. Shorty ripped
yes,
up
that's
right now.
why.
He was born with an 8-pack. This little dude, he just built different, man. Your son is gonna be built different. You better be careful. Get right with him now, man. Shorty dangerous.
And that's
Keep
why
Uncle Marty out of this, man. Uncle Marty got your back,
and
man.
that's why I dog him. That's why I dog him out now, because he's gonna have that same idea you got in your head one day.
Still
So I'm
gonna
dogging
need
him now. So when he do get older and say, "Whoa, my father been beating me up for the
But he
last
got
20
enough
years," I don't
anger
think
backed
today's the
up.
day to try him.
See,
Yeah.
JB, what up,
Enough
JB?
anger backed up by the time the day comes through.
He said they still gonna need you no matter what the age. My youngins, I switched it up with her. At what age though, JB?
I
What
still
about
call my mom.
you? Still
I'm
call
not
her?
gonna, and I'm not saying after 24 they're not gonna need me yet. And like I said, at that age, I just want them. They're gonna make their own mistakes. I just want them to feel comfortable enough to come to me when they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. I'm not gonna. Nah, I'm not that type of parent. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go ahead and once you get a certain age, you about
So,
to
like at
fuck up
24,
your
you're gonna
life.
start asking for your advice rather than you giving it.
Yeah,
There we
that's what
go.
you hope.
Hey,
That's
can
what
I
you
ask y'all
hope.
a question? Can I ask y'all a
Yeah.
question?
You gonna
Sure.
ask a question?
You gonna
How
ask it
do
anyway?
how do you respond to a child that when you ask the question, he tells you the truth and like like we are looking for the lie, but what happens when the child tells you the truth? What's your response to that? Like you tell your child don't do something, child do it anyway, but the child tells you the whole entire truth. What is your response to that?
No res-
But did they have a consequence
All right.
that occurred naturally?
The consequence would be what the reason why you told him or her no.
My question would be: are you doing it? Are you going to do it again? That'd be. Are you about to go do whatever that is? You about to go do it again, even though you found the consequence? Are you about to go do it again? And if he say no and he tells me the truth, then I'm good. Then I'm gonna keep it moving. He say yeah, then I'll just be like, I'll get your bail money ready. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I need to do, I'll get it. Let me know. Start leaving. Start on your paycheck, leaving $300 a week. That way, when I need to bail you out, you know what I'm saying? Your money's sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a job. My nephew was selling drugs, and he was on the corner. And his stepfather wasn't even his father. His stepfather had just got out for 15. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, I'm not going to let this dude stay on the corner. So he robbed him and told him that he was going to come rob him every time he was out on the corner selling till he stopped. Guess what? He stopped. I mean, it all depends on what you got to do. He robbed him and his friends. That was the worst part. Robbed him and his friends.
That's the passive aggressive thing I've ever heard. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Did the friends stop?
Yeah, he stopped because he said if I catch y'all out on this corner, but he, it's that, but that was also some pretend street niggas, who's raised by a real street nigga. You know what I'm saying? So they, they out there pretending. Yeah, he went out there and punched this kid right in the face with the gun too. Took all their shit, and told him, I see you when you get home. Said I'll rob you every time you out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different things you got to different things you got to do. The other long story short, he did become a better drug dealer later when he became a dog. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't out there nickel and dime, but he was like, if I would be out there, I'm selling, I'm selling packages. I'm not out here selling it, whatever y'all call them.
Nixon dimes.
Yeah, I ain't out there nickel and dime, and because I already know my father find out.
That way, when you get robbed, it's a big haul.
Well, he was in a controlled environment where robbery wasn't as easy after that. But nah, I mean that's just a joke. But I mean, nah, it isn't a joke. He did sell drugs later, but he stopped.
Yeah.
But it's still. But at that moment when he was robbing, that was the end of that. He couldn't do that, so he had to change. Sometimes as a parent, you got to go above and beyond, or whatever the case may be, to take care. To do what it is for your child. But if you know your child ain't really that, then sometimes you got to teach them what him really is. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they get in that 16-year-old age and stuff like that, where they think they him. They used to like, I'm him now. Then you find out, you don't know. Yeah, I've been him for 20 years, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like his son may be getting strong, but Uncle E got that old man strength. You know what I'm saying? Uncle E going kick him in the back of his kneecap before he even get close, and then beat the shit out of him before he even get a chance. He don't even know about that move. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give him a fair one. No, I'm gonna give him a fair one. I'm definitely.
Oh, you would?
I'm gonna give him a fair one.
I'm an unfair fighter. I'll let you know that right now.
I'm definitely gonna give him a fair one.
I know he gonna
I'm definitely gonna give him a fair one.
I'm letting you know right now. I am as dirty as they get. I believe that when you fighting, ain't no rules, bro. I'm letting you know that right now. My son was talking that shit. I told him, I was like, man, you good. You good, son. You good, son. That nigga went to sleep, man. I went in there, took a rope around his neck and was hanging off the edge of the bed, choking the shit out of him. I was like, you ever come in my house, talk to me like that again, I'll fucking kill you.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Jokes and giggles, y'all. He ain't mean that, y'all.
Red flag.
I'm still that was my old days, bro. That was my old. He 25 now. Now he still don't challenge me though.
Yeah,
but he's 25 now. My youngest, I don't got to do that with him.
That's why he said that 24. It's 24. I stop.
Yeah. That was the olden days. That was when you could do that kind of stuff. That was before YouTube and all that.
Funny man. What age for you with your kid that you stopped telling them what to do and giving them advice and just giving them advice? B said 16, 23.
16 to 23.
Chow said 21. Destiny said early age. Yeah. So how do you feel about it? What age for you? I don't say never. He ain't gonna never.
I was gonna say, my son's 27. I still be like, do them dishes. So
he better do them. He ain't got no choice.
It's like.
Nah, I'm not saying he was in his own spat and when he came over there.
But as far as as far as doing, doing some crazy stuff and all, I really haven't had that problem with with him. He just plays. He's in his own zone. He plays the game. He works. That's it. And my middle son, he's married and everything, and he's the only one. He's the only one that when you was talking about somebody, that that will come up and tell you the truth. I can't remember a time that my middle son lied to me. Like he's always been, good, straight, and everything like that.
Responsible. That's the word you're looking for. Yeah. Responsible.
No. Yeah, but I never had any problem saying, don't do drugs, don't this. I mean, neither one of them smoke. My middle one, he recently started drinking, but he drinks socially. Same as my oldest. I mean, the one I had problems with is my 10-year-old daughter. That's the one I have problems with.
He gonna be the one.
I tell people she's 10 years old going on 20. You know what I mean? She got the attitude and everything.
Tell me about it.
JB said, yeah, his
Uh.
son 34 and living his own spot, but he had to check him from time to time.
Okay. JB go over to visit his son got him doing the dishes.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna be like, Dad, go ahead and knock them dishes out for me real quick.
Yeah, I mean, my father cool. My father never yelled at me or he gave me advice. He never really told me to really do something. Cause most times things I wanted to do, I think he already agreed with him. He was cool with me doing it, but my mother was different. She was like, nah. Then I got to a certain age. She was like about 12, I think. She was a preteen. Cause I remember she kept saying, you got to become a man. You got to start making your own decisions. You got to live with them. She was like, some of these things you got to live with forever. Who your friends? They gonna switch. Your friends from elementary might not be your friends in middle school to high school, all that. Like, yeah, right. My buddy's gonna be around forever. Shit, I don't know I ain't see half of my middle school classmates, man, but the ones that was in the neighborhood. JB said that's what's up. I got another clip from AI. Chow said that's every time you see you want to play Street Fighter.
Let's go.
So yeah, he didn't need to be out there. I think he talking about beefs.
Yeah.
Nigga that sleep around you, rob you, and sleep in the same house comfortably. Yeah, that's tough. But this backdoor having, boy, DMV is backdoor having. Most people get robbed out here from people they know, friends with or something, man. It's sad. Jeez, hell nah. We're gonna share this clip from AI. It's an old clip, I think, but guess he made a point on it. We can give our opinion on what he talking about. I think it's about friends or your circle or something.
And man, them negative people in your life, you know what I mean? Them misery loves company, motherfuckers. Man, try to get positive energy around you, man. Get them people away from you, man. Get the motherfuckers that don't know how to do nothing but this away from you, man.
I'm finna get back to what you said, bro. The man said everybody know who 2-3 is, but at the end of the game, they gonna know who 3 is too. That was a bar.
For sure.
That was a bar.
Thank y'all, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. And man, them negative people in your life, you know what I mean? Them misery loves company, motherfuckers. Man, try to get positive energy around you, man. Get them people away from you, man. Get the motherfuckers that don't know how to do nothing but this away from you, man.
I'm finna get back to what you said, bro. The man said everybody know who 2-3 is, but at the end of the game, they gonna know who 3 is too.
Me.
Go ahead, Dad.
It's called the law of attraction. If you put positive people in your life, positive things happen. Same as if you put negative people in your life, negative things happen. The more positive things you surround yourself with, the more positive things will happen. That's people, music, places, fucking everything. If you have positivity running throughout your life, more positive things will happen to you. And if you have nothing but negative ass mother people around you, then you're going to have negative things happen to you. When I went through this homeless situation that it's not important to talk about right now, but I realized that a lot of my situation was people that were playing negative roles in my life, and I decided to branch myself away from them, and I started to climb. I got a lot better, and I do believe in the law of attraction. Amen.
Amen. Okay.
Trash. What's your thoughts, Steve?
The part of the
Funny Man got something to say. Hold on, I heard you, Funny Man. Go ahead.
The part of the video that I watched before, you know, I mean, the circles and everything like that. To me, it sounded like what AI was saying. You know, what I mean, don't always hang around yes mans. You know, what I mean, hang around the people. You know, what I mean, that's gonna be like, hey man, hey, you're spending too much money. Hey, you're doing this wrong. You're doing this, and everything like that. You know what I mean? If AI is like, man, I think I'm gonna buy a car. Yeah, I think you should. Yeah. The next you know, he's broke and everything. You know what I mean? That's what I got out the video. Like I said, that's all I seen. You know what I mean? And what T.I. was talking about, I didn't understand what he was talking about.
It's talking about Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan 3. So he was saying AI number being 3. He said they're gonna remember 3, 2. You know, basically flip the numbers, flip the words. What was your thoughts on that?
The guy that was being interviewed or saying that he was wearing a necklace that had the number 3 on it.
That was Allen Iverson.
Allen
If you
Iverson.
didn't recognize him, yeah, he was
Yeah, that
number
was
3.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah. But
Molly, when you said an AI video, I didn't know you literally meant Allen Iverson. I thought it was like an AI video.
The original AI.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did too when you said it, but I realized it once I saw it was Allen Iverson. But yeah, negativity is contagious, man. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I've come into rooms where it was negative, and then next thing you know, you feel yourself being negative. Like it is something that is very contagious. I think it's more contagious than positivity, but y'all know me. I try to always stay positive, and it definitely works that way too. It seems to take a longer time, but once I've been in a room long enough and I keep my positivity up, I do see it. I do see other people receiving that positivity. But yeah, negativity is contagious and is sickening. You know what I'm saying? You can actually make yourself sick from negativity. And we've all had that. I don't know if we all, but I've had that experience where if I start thinking that I'm sick, I start actually getting sick. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go, I'm about to throw up, and if I think about it long enough and hard enough, I'm getting ready to throw up. And for me, negativity is the same way. It is what you can actually manifest that negativity in your body. You know what I'm saying? And it's very easy to do. Like you walk into a room where there's negativity, next thing you know, you're negative as well. And so you gotta really, really pay attention to that and get rid of all those negative people in your life, because it after a while it will be contagious. So that's just my opinion.
But some people take positivity as a weakness.
As a weakness?
As a weakness, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like if you you know what I mean, positive minded, you know what I mean, happy all the time and everything else. I'm like, what are you so happy about? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
but is that weakness or jealousy?
Yeah, that's jealousy, I think, because if you know that I'm a positive person, you should know I will positively beat the shit out of you if you play with me, right? These type of people don't think like that. They're not even thinking about. So it's just like a lot of people do try to take advantage of good people. Now you getting good people mixed up with positive. It is just some good people out here, and people try to take advantage of those type of people. I can see that, but it's still up to you. You're around these negative people. One of them going to try to drag you in, or they're going to try to pull energy out of you. You back with us? I thought you was gone, boy. JB said true negativity sells.
No.
That's where the money at. Would you say no, about what?
No. I didn't say no. No, I agree with
sometimes people make you have to be petty because they don't want to keep it real about shit. Okay.
Negativity does sell. That's why news broadcast things are still going on. They have to sell the hardest ways to say the things in the most negative ways, because that gets people fucking lit.
Hell yeah. Get out your seat. Go ahead. You saying something, or you woo-sawing again? We got some yoga classes available too. Beast's wife.
Got you 100%. Yeah. Mondays now. She's switching to Monday, Wednesdays, 10 o'clock.
Okay. Get on.
I think yeah. I definitely
Whatever you I need just one J or whatever you got over there, bro. Just one.
I was trying to think of what AI said, man. Stop what y'all doing, man. That is not cool.
Yeah, he said get away from positive people, man. He said get away from negative people. Try to get positive people.
No, that's what I'm about to say. All right. Energies match energy. That goes back with what you said. When you got a bunch of negativity around you, it's like, and I can't even say dark energy, light energy, ether. I can't say none of that because I don't know which one is which. But there's an energy that it's like all trouble comes your way. Whenever you're around a negative person, it's like something's going to come your way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's I think that's when two minds. I think the negative mind. I think the negative energy. I think that's when the negative energy can take over and have more power. I think the negative energy has more. I think the negative energy has more energy with it as far as decision making. I think your energies, your decision makings come off your energies. And if you feeling fucked up at any moment and you go somewhere and you around a bunch of other motherfuckers feeling fucked up, you'd rather go around them that's feeling fucked up than the motherfuckers that's not. And that, like I said, I think we manifest everything that comes up out of our mouth and our thoughts. So,
Hey, you got a Christmas tree over there or something?
Something flashing.
What's the lights around you, bro?
Lights bobbing.
Oh, what's the okay?
TV.
TV, all right.
Yeah, that boy fancy.
I thought that was his. I thought that was his magic.
I thought that was. I thought his high was like just affecting everything. Now I'm starting to see how high he is. I see colors all around him and spectrums.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm sitting in this motherfucker lunching and shit. Yeah, I need to cut that shit off.
Hey, Beast, I thought he was doing remember back on the Wiz, it said the color is going to be red.
I didn't know what he was over there doing. I'm like, yo, Uncle E.
You need to get around more positive people. I don't know what you're doing over there, man.
No, guess what? Now, see, I'm gonna tell you something. It might sound crazy what I'm about to say, but see, a lot of times it's the negativity that pushes me forward. The negativity shit pushes me forward. You know what I'm saying? And it pushes me forward because
Oh no,
nah.
Chow was talking about the magic. I said that's that Richard Pryor junk off the Wiz. I just want to be seen if the color's green.
And Dave said the yes man. I think you said because he was around a lot of yes man. That's probably what he learned from that situation. And hopefully he can help some of these youngins out here. Because like Ja Morant, he going through some issues overnight, and it just seemed like he's around a lot of yes man. Like, nobody was there to tell him this dumb to do. Don't post this. Like you got a gun or not, don't post this, bro. They like, yeah, post it. Matter of fact, let me get in the picture with you. Then also I understand, people being around negative people. But a lot of times they don't know these people negative because they come off as positive. And it's hard to really find these people or to seek them out because sometimes I think they don't know they being negative. And then when they come out, that is being negative, they naive to it because they really don't think they being negative. And these type of people I'm talking about, like, if they come to your event, Dave, and let's say you had a nice event, but the sound was just off a little bit, they will only talk about that. That's how I look at a negative person. They will watch something and they would just find
or they come to your event and order food and never get it and bring it up every time. Yeah, that type of negative.
That was a bad event. That wasn't a good turnout though. But if it was like good food there and it was like one dish that wasn't that good and they just baked on that, like, oh, that shit was nasty. Just like, like you had a group of girls for a model. They just find one of the girls, oh, she don't look that good. Why? But that one right there, it's just anything. It's just those type of people. I don't think they know they being negative. They just criticize a lot. They judgmental a lot, and that's most times I think because they want to see that person.
I'm off track.
But it might come off as a little, hatish or, like you might been a little too harsh on them. So I just don't know how to extend it to because some people find them as negative people. Oh, you got to get around people like that. They just always got something negative to say. And I just tell people, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, if they
Molly, I was also going to say that a lot of times we don't realize that it's things that are normal to us are negative. Like a lot of people don't realize that. Like it took me a long time to realize that, you know, yelling at my kids in the morning I thought that was normal. I thought every household did that. You know what I'm saying? Like or you know, the same thing. Like I had a guy, you know, a person told me that, you know, he thought every husband called their wife a bitch. You know what I'm saying? When his dad called his mother a bitch so much that he thought that was normal. It took him till he got married to realize that was not okay. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we live our life and the world has made things normal that are not really normal. You know what I'm saying? So even for us, like now we walk around, somebody arguing in the streets, we just keep walking. We don't give a shit because that's like an everyday thing. But guess what? It's not really normal. You know what I'm saying? It's not really normal for us to be out here, you know, fighting over the dumbest things, or even the biggest one is oh man, that ruined his career for the Falcons, quarterback with Michael Vick.
Yeah.
And when he grew up, fighting dogs was normal. That was you know, everybody had a pit bull and was fighting. You know what I'm saying? So when he became a superstar, he didn't realize that wasn't normal. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what? Yeah, of course I got dogs, I fight them. Everybody in my neighborhood got dogs and fights them. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? And then you find out that, hey, that can ruin your career. So.
Yeah. I see we got Dave. He said I thought he was playing the Simon game with all the colors flash. Dave said he off tonight, child. He said, or they come on a podcast and make it seem like people was only being negative. That's tough. If, you know, somebody coming on a podcast and they feel like everybody they're just being negative to a person. Some people, that's all they hear is the negative. You know, like if you critique something or anything about a person, they just hear, you know, oh, you've been negative. That's why, you know, I just think when I give advice to people, I try to let them know what they can do to make things better. I don't knock what they doing wrong, you know, or what's bad or what. Because what I might think bad, other people might think good. Like this new music I be hearing with these kids. Now I understand how my parents felt when they was hearing my music. Because that 6-7 song, I don't understand anything about it. I think it's one of the worst songs ever. The beat is good. But I'm like, this the worst song ever. Scooby Doo and he just saying that dooby doo, and I'm just like, he not even saying words. Like he just saying stuff now, but the kids love it, you know. But to me, it's trash. And I was
that song?
6-7.
Yeah, but if I was to critique that kid and say, man, your music bad, you're terrible. I don't understand nothing you saying on there. Your lyrics.
It is terrible.
It is to me.
It is terrible.
You know, so it's just like me critiquing his music, that don't make it right. But I will let him know, like, look, we need to hear your vocals a little more. You know, like you add a little more vocals, add a little more concept. I wouldn't really knock what he's doing now because it's making millions of dollars. It's probably to have this song out right now and doing what he's doing is. But I think a lot of people get caught on just highlighting what people do that they don't like. And I think with the people listening, that's all they hand. Well, when you gonna give me some flowers on what I did good? You know, like, oh, this is a nice song, or you got a few good songs that it's just that's what people get caught up into. But yeah, I can see why people get mad. But we grown, we shouldn't be in our feelings off
That
opinions.
song
Man.
is demonic.
Who said that?
Ciao.
That song is. I heard because they said you get buried and that's the casket size and all types of stuff. The video is crazy. I was like, man, I just want to see why the kids was going crazy.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's
Casket
demonic.
is 6 feet long, and the goddamn put you 7 feet in the ground.
Yeah, I seen.
The reason is catching the younger generation's attention and everything, because the key word you said, it's the beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the beat didn't if the beat sucked, and like you said, the lyrics suck, then the whole song sucked. But because the beat in itself is another language. It's a
frequencies.
Yeah,
Frequency, you're right. It's a frequency.
A lot of great artists made terrible songs too that were hits. So
yeah,
I still think Lil Wayne's "A Millie" is the dumbest song I ever heard. And everybody, I hate that song with everything in my passion, but Do I know almost every word? Absolutely, I do. I still hate the song.
I was gonna say, what's the key? What's the key phrase? Tougher than Nigerian hair. You said,
Hell yeah.
That thing was cranking, Slim. Like, I ain't like
How
that.
you gonna just like the song but know all the
A
words?
million. Because I heard it a million times. Yeah, that's why.
I think that's your favorite song. I think that's
man.
your favorite song.
That T.I. song, you
Hair.
can have
Nah, that
whatever
joint is so
you
stupid.
like. I was like, this song dumb as shit. You can have whatever you like. And then every time I got in the car to drive my daughter to school, that song would play about 10 times before I make it back in the house on every station. Then like a week later, I knew every song. Every word of that joint. I was like, damn, this joint, all right. It's like they constantly make you listen to it.
And I was working in the bar. I was working in the bar that they played that joint.
He can hear it all day.
Yeah, that and what's the other joint? 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot hood. You know that joint. So anyway,
if y'all can think about all the music from the time that you've been born, all the music played a different role in each era. You know what I'm saying? Like the 60s the 60s was about, I guess, depression. The 70s was about depression. The 80s was about the revolution. The 90s was about the 80s into the 90s was about defend yourself, kill. You know what I'm saying? The 2000s went into it's all about the
I would say the
money.
70s. I would say the 70s is about revolution. I would say the 80s was more punk.
Yeah. No, you're right, because that's the age of when everybody
the
was
80s was more
love,
punk.
the age of love and all that. Yeah. But then you got the early 2000s to that was when rap started taking this rap took a different spin. Rap music took a different spin, and like I said, they started showing. It was all about money. The whole 2000s, basically, the early 2000s was basically about money. You know what I'm saying?
Money.
2000, yeah. From 2000, I say 10 on to 2010 on to 2020. It was all about the dress code, the change of dress code. It was about the incoming of gentrification. It was about you can see the state, you can see them bringing in everything slowly. You know what I'm saying? This age right here is about, well, you got two ages in one. You got two ages in one, because 25 down to like 19. No, matter of fact, I'll say this. From 2012 to 21, it was about using drugs. Everything was about get high, use drugs. Now it's get high, use drugs, and go be promiscuous. That's what the music's saying now. And no, the music now is la 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 la. I'm sitting on my front porch and the la 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 la. The car drive past and I just shut the car up and I ran back out the door and I ran up the block and la 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 la. Shut the car again. That's what the fuck. Like I said, all music is directed for. It's not even for that era. It's for the era that's coming. The coming era. Like I said, mine was Ice Cube and all that. Kill. God damn, when I get 14, 15, 16, I'm living in the murder capital. You know what I'm saying? That was their plan. It took the X amount of years to complete this plan. And that's what it is with music today. Everything is a plan. Like right now, they want all the rappers to wear dresses. But leave that alone. I digress.
He's a dumb
All right. So I don't know shit about the wanting everybody to wear dresses, but oh shit. I had a point
real
to
talk,
make.
that's a style now. No, real talk, that's a style. I ain't sitting here
yeah.
That's a whole style.
No, you remember what I mentioned during the law of attraction? If you like music was included, like listening to negative music will create negative environments. Positive music will create positive environments. And actions, positive, negative. They breed whatever you've got. So unfortunately, if you were raised on music that just pronounced negativity, you are more likely to end up in a negative state.
True.
I agree.
I definitely agree.
Once I heard that MC was it Mike Check, because when I was little, I always thought you was an MC. That for some reason mean Mike Check. It mean Master of Ceremonies. And I was like, hold up. So anybody that's an artist, they a master of ceremony. Like, yeah, it's just like once I found that out, I was like, that makes sense. That's why they had concerts. They have everybody chatting one thing. It's just like people don't believe in these things, but it's like they why they do it so much. It's like is they doing it just for entertainment? But it actually mean that for some people who probably don't believe master of ceremonies. I just never understood that. Now that I'm older, it's making a lot more sense because I've been saying that Travis Scott concert. Every time you have a concert, people's dying, and they already
Yeah.
be talking about certain amount of numbers going to die during this concert. Then when it happened, you be like, "What the fuck?" Like he got to sacrifice these many people, and then it happened. You
Sacrifice.
be like, "Hold on, what the hell is going
Yeah.
on?" He got the double worship it and all that going on in the background. I just thought it was entertainment when I was young. I just thought, oh, they do this to make people think they believe in the devil. They don't believe. But now it's starting to look like, hold up, people actually losing their life. Now it's like it's really an issue. I didn't know people been losing their lives. Like it was Diddy first concert or something he had. A lot of
Yep.
people
I was
died,
about to say that.
and I think it was here
Yeah.
in the early in DC. So it was just like, what in the world? Like I didn't know that growing up, but the more you dig, you start to see they cover up a lot of things. It's still out there, but it's just like as long as new history being made and created, you'll forget the old. Like now, whatever
Yep.
going on now, like they bombing people and right now, they're gonna be talking about that for the next week. So you're not gonna be thinking about who they bombed 10 years ago or 8 years ago. You're gonna be thinking about the now. And that's why they constantly keep us in panic right now. So you can stay, oh, what's going on? What they gonna do next? This what they gonna try to do next. So you don't relive what they already done. And that's how people don't know that these things done happen over and over. It's the same thing, the same blueprint. It's just different kids doing it. They was babies then. They grew up and using grandpa and them blueprint and they constantly keep doing it. That's why it's always a virus. It's always a pandemic. It's always going to be a government shutdown. That's why it's a record. Yeah, it's a new record because it's meant to be made. They always gonna have a new record. And 10 years from now, it's gonna be another government shutdown. But who ain't gonna know? The kids who just getting into politics at that time, they not gonna know. This done happened plenty of times already. We
Mhm.
gonna be older. They ain't gonna want to hear from us. These old people, y'all, the reason we here now. We gonna. It's just hard, to actually get people unity going when it's so much division out here from sports, religion, politics and everything so forth. And music play a big role because who own a record label that's actually doing big out here? It's the same record labels. And now they got smaller record labels that sign people, Universal Studios, Sony, all these same companies. They got all the biggest artists. They let you know it ain't that they the best artists anymore. It's just the one they can have most control over. The best artists nowadays, they opening up for somebody downtown somewhere. They open up for Wale. They don't care about talent no more. It seemed like when y'all was coming up, you
Definitely
really
don't care if you open it for Wale. Oh, sorry, my bad.
yeah, Ray J kid. Hey, but that's the thing though. This in like you back then you had to know how to play an instrument with Smokey and them. You couldn't just hit a key and be like, oh, I can. No, you had to play the horns and everything. People was creative. They actually had talent. Now
Mhm.
most of these girls can't sing. They can just dance, and if they can dance, I mean, if they can't dance, they can sing, but they can't dance. But it's like, what are talented people that can do a little bit of everything? What are Michael Jackson and them at our generation, other than Chris Brown? He talented. What you got to add? It's like you raise your hand or you
It's,
doing your thing again. I
no,
never
I
know.
Man,
I know I raised my hand because I didn't want to
bibbity
cut you off,
bobbity boop.
but we keep forgetting, and this goes back to ancient Roman times. All this is a show. Anytime, like everything is derived around trauma. You can control a nation in trauma. Everything involves trauma. They only tell us about the bombings because the people who think they know what the hell is going on and all that, oh, they're gonna be traumatized. It's like that's why they show us a lot of the visions on TV. What are you getting out of showing us that you just bombed the boat and you just killed 10 motherfuckers? Who are you sending that vision to? You understand? You're sending that like our TV along with all these other countries. These TVs are sending out visions of our governments to possibly other governments and individuals within the boundaries of whatever country. that like it ain't our world is built on a bunch of threats. And then, like I said, if you think it's built on anything else, Alva, I'm trying to figure out what are you looking at? Everything you do in life is built upon a threat. Everything. Tell me something that ain't built upon a threat, and I'll tell you what the threat is.
Everything. What some things is based on food, water, air.
No, we guess what?
Uh,
We make
shared-
poor decisions based upon trauma. We make poor decisions based upon trauma. And that moment that the trauma happens, that we make real bad decisions. A lot of people, like you said, a lot of people, they go shopping when they're going through a trauma. That's their way of getting it off. But we make, even though you didn't even need that shit. You got 9 outfits in your goddamn closet you ain't wore yet, and you wouldn't bought another 9. Get the hell out of here. You just wouldn't bought that to make yourself feel good for the moment. But like I said, everything's built on money and trauma.
You was gonna say Destiny?
I actually shared 2 links earlier for Molly. The first link that I shared, I sent him, or no, the second link I shared, I sent him after Unc wanted to, well, you stated that the meetings and all, they don't ask questions, but this is an important set of questions being asked to Pete Hegseth. And it's important how he's responding to them or not responding to them. And then the first link that I sent that I'm hoping he'll play second is it has to do with those particular the boat stuff that's going on right now. So if you know, if y'all want to watch them,
Okay, watch it real quick. Depending on how long it is. Let me see. I see these all the time.
Question, don't laugh.
What evidence would you
It
have
is
that an
based
order
on
like that
Donald
has ever
Trump
been given?
giving that order to your predecessor. Have you given the
Right,
order?
this
That's
is
all I want to know. It's not theoretical. For the U.S. military, not law enforcement. They can arrest all day long. That's their job. Do they have the ability, the uniformed military, to arrest and detain protesters currently today? It's a yes or no thing. Authority.
It's sort of amusing the extent to which the speculation is out there. These troops are given very clear orders.
Then what is the order? Then list it out for us.
It's all
Be a
been
man,
listed.
list it out. Did you authorize them to detain or arrest? That is a fundamental issue of democracy. I'm not trying to be a snot here. I'm just trying to get the actual, did you authorize them to do that?
All of these orders and what they're sent there to do are public. They are
Okay,
there
so
to,
say it. So say it. Yes or no?
I'd like to.
Please, yes or no?
As I've said time and time again through interruption, they're there to protect law enforcement.
Do they have
ICE
the ability
officers
to arrest?
who are trying to do their job,
Okay.
deporting illegals who were allowed in by the previous
So they
administration.
cannot arrest and detain citizens of the United States, the uniformed military.
As we've
Is that right?
stated, if necessary, in their own self-defense, they could temporarily
Okay.
detain and
Have
hand
you-
over to ICE.
Have you given the order to be able to shoot at unarmed protesters in any way? I'm just asking the question. Don't laugh. Like the whole country. And by the way, my colleagues
What is
across
that
the
based
aisle.
on? What evidence would you
It
have
is
that an
based
order
on
like that has
Donald
ever
Trump
been given?
giving that order to your predecessor, to a Republican Secretary of Defense, who I give a lot of credit to because he didn't accept the order. He had more guts and balls than you because he said, I'm not going to send in the uniformed military to do something that I know in my gut isn't right. He was asked to shoot at their legs. He wrote that in his book. That's not hearsay. So your poo-pooing of this, it just shows you don't understand who we are as a country. Have you given the order? Have you given the order that
That's
you can
not
use
the end
lethal
of it.
force against honor? I want the answer to be no. Please tell me it's no. Have you given the order?
Senator, I'd be careful what you read in books and believing it, except for the Bible.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. So just the bouncing around the question, refuses to answer the question. Questions are being asked, but they're just not being answered.
Yeah, that's for both parties. I can play plenty of videos. They asking Democrats about the jab and they refuse to answer. So it's the game they play, though. I think he knows she was gonna ask him these questions. He planned it all like so they can say we tried to address it. As you see, the Democrats try to question him. He didn't answer. You see what they out here pushing, and it's like okay. So they tried. It's like, but it's document information. If she got the information, where she getting it from? I don't hear nothing. She got out a book and she reading a book. Hey, if that's what the order was pushed, you made the order. We gonna read about it anyway. If you say it or don't say it, if that's the case, just say it. Hey, you made the order. It was you who made the order. It's right here, it's documented, and that's it. But it's just like it's a game they playing. So as long as you part of the game, what side you on? You think that he made the call? If he made the call,
But you know what that is also coming after what they're talking about behind that, because apparently he's being now they're getting ready to push war crimes or just murder because they sent the missile to destroy what was considered or supposed to be a drug boat. But the problem was they blew the boat up, but then they sent another missile to kill any survivors that were in the water.
Yeah.
And that's the part where it breaks the Geneva Convention rules and this, that, and the other. And now she's trying to say that not only did they do it there, now they're doing the same thing, giving these orders to our own citizens. So
yeah, we shared them blowing up boats like months ago, and I told wasn't nobody on them boats. We shared the videos. Y'all probably watched that show, but it's staged. Ain't nobody on them boats. It's no difference in the movie. I done seen people blow up boats while people on it on movies. I done seen it, and they got the same technology. They can edit us, and they show it. It's like, why y'all documenting this? They got it from all angles, meaning this was production. You can hear it from the sound. The sound, they mic'd up. A lot of these things are mic'd up. It's getting picked up by perfect audio. So it's just like, I seen the bombers. I seen they've been doing it for the longest. Oh, we done bombed the cocktails trying to get up. If I know a bomb coming to us, jumping out the boat.
All of the drone footage?
Yeah, drone footage.
You've seen all of the drone footage?
No, not all of it, but I don't believe them. I'm just saying it's movies. Like I done seen Transformers fight on the moon. Like I done seen it before. That don't make it true because they put an image out there, them blowing up boats and shit. This is the way they can create these wars, I believe. That's just my opinion. That don't make it true though. I just think this how propaganda start. They create these scenarios and now we gotta solve them. They create these problems, now we gotta solve them. They know at the end of the day, if we send a missile out there, it's okay for them to blow up the boat with the people on it. But if they happen to jump off into the water, it's not okay to blow them up now. Like if they get, man, the missile got wiping everything out. It ain't nothing left out of there. It ain't nobody gonna be.
It was wrong in every way. There was zero due process, zero Americanism to it. It was an attack at the end. There was no proof that those vessels had drugs, and like what I didn't squeal out earlier is like 2 weeks later ish, and maybe not even like an underwater boat, like a submarine-esque, like it had a little, they came out of the top, it got discovered, the boat went out, got them, found the drugs, got them going through due process out that yonder. But we didn't do due process. We didn't do the American thing. We didn't confirm that these had drugs. We didn't confirm anything about this. We said drop a bomb on them, and we see 2 people swimming around, kill everyone, no witnesses on whether or not there were actually drugs on that ship. As far as we know, the drugs are at the bottom of the ocean.
So they just shooting innocent people now. That's basically, and this is our government. It's the same people. Y'all keep dividing them. So we shot some innocent people on a boat, and they got off, and we shot them again. And now you thinking Americans ain't had nothing to do with this. It was some bad Americans, and somehow they got clearance, the bad Americans, to shoot off missiles that only the good Americans and everybody got agree upon to be shot before any missile gets shot. It is like it when you start to actually understand that it takes both parties to make agreements. That's why the government was shut down, because both parties ain't come together and make an agreement. You'll understand that one party ain't doing something without the other one knowing. Go ahead. What y'all want to add it to it? You gonna talk?
I was just going to add that if I keep on seeing all these AI chop bout videos, I guess I can believe the government do a better job. You know what I'm saying? So Every time I see Chop Bout with a lion or a tiger or a grown man on his lap, I'm just like, all right, so yeah, I can believe all of it's AI for all I care. But I just was trying to explain that because that was it. I really don't care, nor do I get into the whole what you call it. I know Molly always say something about that too, but I'm just like, yo, hey,
Politics.
if they blow it up, if they don't, I don't really give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if they blew up a real boat, if it was a fake boat, I don't care. I ain't getting none of the money. I ain't getting none of the drugs. So shit.
Yeah, you're right.
I gotta stop cursing, man.
What's your thoughts on that?
That's that negativity. I get on here and I start cursing.
When they see
what slick?
They show, like, first of all, if you don't watch these forums and these Senate forums and these little special council meetings and all that, you really can't really grasp how not only boring and frustrating these meetings are, but like I said, the lack of it's like in these meetings, they basically telling the Senate like your pay rate, your pay grade ain't high enough for me to give you an answer to anything you asking me. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, their job is like they don't have to answer a motherfucking question. They agreed to go there. They don't have to answer no question, but they just dodge around it because it makes society happy. Now, as far as them blowing up boats and all that, that's a declaration of war. See, they only showing us shit that they didn't already did, and then, like you said, Mark, they put the story out there. They put the backstory. Oh, this is why we beefing with them. So they already blew up boats before they even told us. They show us to say, oh, well, it's drugs. They said it was drugs that's gonna be coming across they sneaking up drugs here and there. Well, y'all don't never give up coordinates, y'all don't never give up nothing. Y'all make sure that whenever y'all commit a murder, that everything is gone. We can go back to Obama when he killed the dude on the goddamn airplane, on the airport strip. You know what I'm saying? Like all these, we're not privileged. We're not privileged enough to know critique information about what the fuck is going on. We're only told enough for us to do what we're doing right now, and that's talk about this shit and give our own personal ideas or opinions. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we'll never be told a percent of what the fuck is really going on. We're always going to be told 10 to 20 years after the shit happens. Just like 9/11. We can go back in history, you know what I'm saying, to a whole lot of things that happened that don't nobody know what happened when it first happened. But 10 years later, oh, well, this what happened to the Great Museum of Alexandria.
Yeah, Uncle Lips moving. But he ain't
Bippity boppity gone.
What up, Slicky Wolf? Dave, you had anything to add to that?
I mean, just like what Ronnie said, with all these AI videos, you don't know what is real, whatever. Like I joke around, but it's come to the point where somebody could cheat on somebody, like it wasn't me. You know what I mean? It was AI. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
They sell fingers that you can put on like a ring. So when you go, rob the gas station, you can say, "No, it's AI. It's got an extra finger."
Yeah, they got all types of weird shit out here, and we 30 years behind what they have in technology. So that should just let you know the things that they have. We have baby AI. They got the real deal. They was playing around with this years ago, and that's why I just be wanting people to see the messages they be putting in a lot of these movies and stuff. They be letting us know how they playing ropes in the back. You watch Scandal, any of these shows. They show you how politics be playing this, but it's still like that, and it's good to know what they doing. It's good to know what they saying and what they saying. This happened and this happened, because now you get an idea of what they trying to do. Okay, they trying to plan a war. The only way they can go to war if these things occur. So now these how these things occur. Basically, they were saying they bringing in drugs to the country. We got to stop it. You blow up the boat. Oh, y'all blow up the boat and y'all throw an extra missile at some other people. Oh, it could declare war. Now they won war, but we gotta understand both sides they playing the same hand, man. We just be falling for it. And I know it's hard to believe it because you don't think people would do this to us. You don't think the people on the media, but I think this is why Boondocks was canceled. I'm gonna share this last clip with y'all, and I know I don't want to hold y'all on too long.
I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
But nah, I just watched this movie the other day, the other day. It's called The Beast Within. And it talks, and it has a joint where this dude is a big developer, and he got righteous people trying to, boycott his joint and this, that, and other, because he's dispersing the homeless, he's taking it over, he's not doing and it showed how he went and paid people to infiltrate, pretend that they are part of it, and then do destruction to discredit the whole organization, just so he can get his building. You know what I'm saying? And movies show you how these things happen, where people are protesting something, but the rich people just take somebody, pay them, and then does something to discredit the whole truth of the organization, and then they can go ahead and do whatever the hell they wanted to do. So that's all I just had to say real quick.
Nah, that's some smart shit though. They smart. What's your thoughts, Destiny? If I share the clip, you want to add something?
Trump is bullying Venezuela because they were recently taken over by a different dictator. Like, their dictator died, and this guy was like, "I'm the dictator now," and all the actual dictators of the world are just like laughing at this little dude, and they want to just bully him and kick him around like a soccer ball. So Trump was like, he's gonna die. He's gonna die at some point. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in charge, but at some point his people are gonna like overthrow him or something. But he's gonna die, and now we're dropping bombs on him, and he blames it on Trin de Agua or whatever the fuck, but he doesn't have proof, and I can't get behind not having proof. Right now, all that I've seen proof of is he wants to bully this dictator and his people just because he can.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Bully. I mean, Americans, we known for being bullies. That's why I tell a lot of people, like, if you had a job and you don't like it, you still go there and work. That's still your boss. So it'd be funny when people say, well, I don't like the president. That's still your president. You still in America. Like, them people wanted to come bomb us, you'll be like, what is our president doing? As long as they ain't coming over here bombing us, I'm happy. But I don't like what they do to other countries. I don't like when none of our presidents. And it's just crazy that Trump opening people's eyes that this what America do. But this not new. America been doing this. Every president came in and did this. Even Obama, So it's just like a lot of people just, starting to see that America's fucked up because Trump blatantly doing it. He blatantly showing you how we curry things back door. He doing it openly, I guess, because that ain't how you should curry anybody or any country. But I wanted to share this clip with y'all before we get out of here, because this still gonna be off the air. We do not own the rights or the sound to this video, but I just wanted y'all to show y'all how Boondocks used to basically tell the truth, and that's why they off the air with a lot of
on TV. Oh, what a surprise. Here we go again with affirmative action. Let's have a different set of rules for black. So this little hoodlum can say the N-word whenever
Now,
he
wait a
wants.
minute.
But it's the
I take
teacher.
offense at your description of Riley as a hoodlum, and I don't appreciate it.
This
is a wonderful
teacher,
child.
because he's white, because of the color of his skin, he's being persecuted for saying the exact same word. I mean, I think that is racist.
Nothing much was resolved, but they did it again.
Next, they'll be throwing white kids in jail for reciting rap lyrics. I mean, where should this stop?
You better read the secret.
And again.
Okay, here's a novel idea. I think if black people don't want to be called the N-word, they shouldn't call themselves the N-word. Just like if they don't want the police to pull them over, they shouldn't be driving stolen cars.
How dare you? How many of these damn TV shows are we supposed to do, good love? Have they call you about that damn money? Man. Not since you asked me about 20 minutes ago, Robert. Well, don't you think we should have heard something about now?
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Is that?
Oh, now there she is.
Don't give me that baby listen shit, motherfucker. You think I'm stupid? I know you fucking that bitch, okay? I know you are. I mean, I don't play that shit. And don't play that shit. Rollo, hey, baby.
Hey,
Come here, give me
come
some
here,
of that
girl.
sugar,
You
daddy.
get a little fit back there, you go. And how you doing, Abdul?
Damn, Abdul, can you let a bitch work? Shit, one of us has to. It ain't like yo ass is going to get a job. You know I had to bail this motherfucker out of jail again, right? Must be like the 10th time. So anyway, the school board pay you yet?
No. We still waiting. They ain't broke that bread yet. But any day now.
Hey guys, so nice to finally meet. It's been great working with y'all. Hello. That bitch must have lost her mind. I will smack the black off her. I will snatch the weave off that bitch.
And
That
Coulter?
bitch know
She
who
crazy
I
as
am.
hell, ain't she? But she good people, though. She good people.
So this whole time you guys have been working together?
Yeah, silly. I told you I had it covered.
I'm confused. Me too. I thought Ann Coulter hated everybody.
Who, Ann? No, man. She just do that to get that redneck money. Let me tell you something about Ann. When a nigga need a nemesis, she helps me out. And I help her back. She a down-ass bitch.
These crab cakes are good as a mug. I fuck.
Good as a mug.
I hope y'all get the point, man. Basically,
I
she
get the
had,
point.
yeah, they had them thinking that they was feuding against each other and they was doing this bait thing. Oh, you should say the N-word and that. Black people would hate her in real life. They would think, but behind the scenes, they hugging each other. This is strategy they using to get money, to get people to follow their cause. So more people will hear this white lady saying all these things. They gonna back him up, and that's what happened. And that's what they be doing a lot on here. They go at each other on TV, and we thinking they really debating. Oh, won't you answer this question? Why you can't answer the question? Oh, that's just for people to get more on the Democrat side. They lost a lot of votes during this time. They got to get trust back within the people, and they use each other, and that's how Republicans got in there. The Democrats was purposely messing up, and the Republicans was coming in purposely fixing stuff. So people's like, know what? These red people ain't so bad. They was switching over. But that's all they doing. They in the back of the scene. That's why you see Trump dapping hands with Obama. They sitting beside each other and everybody. It seemed like Michelle, the only one that was really pissed off. But other than that, they friends, they family. Most of them, it's a bloodline. Once you get out of the left or the right side and stay in the middle, you'll start to see things clear. That's how I feel about it. Woo, you late, Woo. You talking some Boondocks, my shit, man. We about to get up out of here. Based on anything we spoke on today, any advice you might want to give any of these mothers out here, we're going to start with you, Uncle. Any people out here based on some of the topics we talked about, leave it with them now, Uncle, before we go, man. Leave them with some good energy. He's still high. He's done, man. Why your mic ain't on? He is talking. Let me see if I can say something.
Hello?
Alright. Go
You
ahead.
hear me?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, man, like,
Just remember, whatever you put into the atmosphere, you gonna get right back. So, try and give yourself a positive talk, and have a good day. I don't know.
Bibbity bobbity bye. Uncle E is high.
y'all got me today. You know,
Early, man. It's been gone, man.
Yeah.
Dave, man, give him some good energy before we get out of here, Dave, man. Something. Leave him with something, man.
Oh, shoot. All I'm gonna say is, in the words of Russell Simmons, love yourself and each other.
I like that. Destiny.
How they say, God bless and good night.
Oh,
Be
those-
positive, y'all. Go out there and be a positive force in someone's life.
I like that. These, what he say? Was he wrong?
Was who wrong? I'm sorry.
David, he ain't really
I
say
thought it was God bless and good night. That's what Russell Simmons said at the end of the show all the time. I don't know what else he got to say. Well, the other joint was man, he high as shit, man. I need to get some of that stuff. Whatever he got, I want some.
Go ahead, man. Let's say what you was saying, man.
I wasn't
Maybe
even
it
saying
was
nothing. I was thinking about, yeah. Maybe it was Richard
Maybe it was
Simmons.
Richard Simmons. I thought it was somebody. I heard that somewhere.
One love, Slicky
Jerry.
Williams.
Jerry. What's the Jerry? It was something.
Jerry, what did Jerry used to say something. What would you say again? Hold on, I watch Jerry all the time. What would you say was your statement? Nah, that was Jerry Jones. That was Jerry Springer. Sorry.
Yeah, when he talk at the end.
It was Jerry Springer. He wasn't even close. He got a Jewish white man confused with a black.
You watched a lot of Jerry, boy. You got anything leaving with me?
What was Ellen's joke? Didn't Ellen used to say something? I want to say that. I don't remember what it was, but somebody put it in the comments so I can remember. Ellen used to say something like, be good, be good. Yeah, Ellen, every night, every time she ended her show. It was like something about be good to each other too. Some Jerry shit. I don't know. Come on, Destiny, you are resident white woman. You supposed to know that.
It sounds like you're trying to say be good and be good to others too.
I don't know. I don't remember what she used to say.
I don't know. I didn't watch Ellen.
Look at what we used to say. You remember?
White.
We probably don't remember.
Why we can't say what Don Cornelius say? Peace, love, and
You can
soul.
say whatever you want, brother. You know, you was over there.
You gotta say it the way he said though. Peace, love, and soul.
Okay, all right, my man. I like that. I like that. Thank you for helping me out because I definitely couldn't get that soda.
We always say if ain't nobody tell you they love you today, we do. From this time to the next time, peace. We up out of here. Later, y'all. See you tomorrow, Riri. And we try and wait on you.
Be kind to one another.
Yeah.
So he looked it up. Be kind to one another.
Stop bullying people on podcasts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna look into that. Yeah, I need to look into that. People getting bullied on podcasts. We gotta look into that, man. Y'all get it together, man. Later.